All right, so we at part two now. So yeah, like I said, I can count the number of beatings I got both on one hand because, like I said, I didn't like them, but they were awful, horrible beatings. I can remember, you know that meme that goes like, "You never understand how much trauma you went through until you find somebody who hasn't gone through it." You know what I mean? And when you're telling your story, they're like, "Oh my god," and you're like, "Oh, that wasn't nothing. That was a light day. That was an easy day." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, got the beating of my life that day. And the other time I remember being beat was when it was like fourth grade. I think I skipped like 15 math homework assignments. Not because I was lazy and didn't want to do them. I would bring that math homework home. I would stare at it for hours on end. And everything that they taught me in the class was just not there. Math was not my forte. Math gave me anxiety. I hate math. I still hate math. The only thing I need to do is be able to count my money. I can count. That's all the fuck I need to do. The hell do I need letters in with the numbers and theorems and proving triangles congruent and finding the hypotenuse of who the fuck cares? I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to be an architect or a NASA scientist, okay? I'm not. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. So anyway, fast forward to fifth grade, we moved out to Waterville. And that in and of itself was traumatic because now I'm going from the city. I was already a shy girl. And had a hard time really making friends cuz I was shy and quiet. And I was deeply afraid of rejection and you don't even. I wouldn't even try because, like, if they don't want to be my friend, I'm gonna cry, and I don't like to cry. I do it a lot, but I don't like it. And so yeah, we moved out with all the white kids, and I got my mom every day talking about how perfect I have to be because, as we know, as people, everyone who's a person of color, you do, you are the representation for all brownness whenever you're around white people as a brown person. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the burden that we bear, that we have agreed to bear. No, I think we need to change this society. Just society, we need to change this. And what I'm talking about is when one Muslim person or three Muslim people get on a plane and take it down and fly it into a building, well, then all Muslims are terrorists. When one black man walks into a bank and robs it, well, now all black people are bank robbers. When one Mexican guy stabs up another Mexican guy and ends his life, well, then they're all M-worders. Do you see? But when one when one person who lacks melanin walks into a school, or two of them walk into a school and end countless, right? And they're doing the mass M wording. When that happens, well, then they were just troubled teens. Then they're just people from the wrong side of the tracks. But it doesn't trickle down to all faded black people become school shooters, right? It doesn't do that. How did you white people do that? Because I need to know. I need to know. And like I said, look, I'll get out my DNA right here, right now. I got 35% white people's blood running through my veins, so I can say the word if I want to say the word. I got so who's talking about it is now racist to call them white? You guys started it. You guys invented race, and now you mad? Now you mad because it seems to be working against you? Y'all a trip. White fragility is something. White fragility is something else. And yeah, so I'm white now too. It's all right. I've had sex with white people. I've got white people in my family. I'm not racist, y'all. I'm not racist. I can be prejudiced. I can be biased. I can be bigoted. And I know I do have all three of those things at different times but it's not like It's not like there's just no reason for it, guys. It's not like I just woke up and decided that brown people are better than faded brown people, and I just dislike you for that reason. No. That's so disingenuous when I saw that. I'm thinking about it because I saw it today. I got on Facebook and there was like a whole group of Valley girls posted up this a black woman had said, something about she can't stand faded brown people and she hates them all and blah blah blah. I said the difference between that and that does not, I am by no means saying that is right, okay? Because I have faded brown people that I love dearly. That I love dearly. My favorite aunt was a faded brown person. My favorite aunt. She's still my favorite aunt. And she's still around me, okay? And Donna is here. Don't play with us. Don't play with us. So, they were saying that, oh, I wish if one of us posted something like this about black people. The difference is, this the same thing with black power or white power. When we say black power, we just trying to instill some pride because y'all been knocking us down since we met. Y'all have been trying to make us feel like we are inferior to you. When we say black power, we were just trying to get the little brown kids to be like, nah, baby, you should have some pride. You should be. No, you're not less than anyone. But when you guys talk about some white power, you're talking about going and getting rid of all the brown people. That's the difference. That's the difference. And don't act like that black woman ain't had no experiences. It's not like I said, she didn't just wake up and say, I dislike white people because they're white. It's not like she just woke up that way. She dislikes y'all for the way that you have treated her and her people since we met, since we were introduced. Okay? That's the difference. That's the difference. And I'm not saying, like I said, it still don't make it right. But at least you can see why she feels that way. If you would just open up your ignorant ass eyes, say, look, they ain't gonna be able to do it. They ain't gonna be able to do it until they go through it. That's why I'm praying that all the racists next lifetime, I hope y'all are the blackest mofos, the blackest mofos that God can create, so y'all can see how it fucking feels. It's great and it sucks. I wouldn't trade being a brown person, but the treatment that y'all give us is some bullshit. It's some real bullshit. So anyway, I'm at 8 minutes. Okay, like back to the stories. So yeah, I moved out with all the white people, and like I said, trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma. It's like you don't fit in anywhere. I don't fit in anywhere, and I'm responsible for being the example to these white people. For every black person, that's a heavy burden to carry. And now, being grown up, I know that wasn't true, but that's the way it felt. On top of that, I got my mom telling me quite regularly, oh, you can't wear that, you can't do this, you can't do that, you got to be perfect, basically, is what she was saying. You got to be perfect because they already hate you. Yeah. Thanks. You have a good day too, Ma. You have a good day too. Didn't really date. I had one boyfriend. 2 if you want to count my little 5th grade love. But I don't count those elementary school things. It was literally the letter, do you want to go out with me? Circle yes or no. Okay, yes. And we ate lunch together for a week and then we broke up. And then I had a couple dates in high school with a boy named Ryan Langone, and that was that. You know? Like... And why? Because of that double standard. Oh man, I remember when they had this black boy come. I don't know, it was like the Fresh Air Fund or some junk like that. I don't know. He smoked. A white family took him in and he was living there for a few months. That's all I know. I don't know if he was a foster kid. I don't know. Let me stop lying. Don't get me to lying, right? But his name was Kenya Carruthers. All these white chicks tripped the hell out over him. He wasn't butt ass ugly, but he wasn't no supermodel either. He was just black, and he was different, and it was a fetish. Because let's be honest, most of the faded brown women who are with real brown men are only with them because their faded men don't want them. The faded brown ones. I'm just gonna say white because this is too much. You, like I said, y'all invented the system. Y'all don't have to deal with the words. You should have picked better ones if you didn't like it. Now you offended by being called a white person. Now it's racist to call you white. You know what? Get the y'all a trip. Y'all are a real trip. So yeah, like I said, most white women is with the brown men because the white men don't want them. I learned that from Cynthia G, and I'm never going to stop bigging her up. There's a lot of things, I mean, sometimes I think she's a bit much. She does go into, like, why you got to say it like that? But that's just, she is who she is. She is not for the faint of heart, and she going to give it to you like she discovers the facts. And a lot of the time she's right. She used to have this thing on YouTube called Who They Really Date, because, you know, all these self-hating black men would get up there and talk about how white women are better than black women, and they ain't masculine, and da 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 da. But then you see, unless you make, you know, six figures a year, unless you a millionaire, billionaire somehow, unless you in the entertainment industry, you don't get no white chicks that are really of value. You get trailer park Tracy's. That's who they really get. Let's keep it real. Let's leave it real, y'all. All right. It's at 12 minutes, so I gotta pause it again, and we'll be back for part 3.